Next player for the Buccaneers, let's talk about the man Baker's throwing the ball to, Mike Evans. Ever since he has come into the league, he has not failed to reach 1,000 yards. He has the record for most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to start a career, and it's no coincidence. Mike Evans has been consistently a top 15 wide receiver, I would say. He's never been number one. He's never really been top 5 even, but his consistency has been great for this Tampa franchise. Because this is a team that hasn't really had historical success for the most part. They've won 2 Super Bowls, but in spite of that, they have one of the lowest winning percentages in NFL history as a franchise. So to have a guy like Mike Evans on your team, even if he's not the best wide receiver in the league, to have him be so consistent for so long and be a steady, guaranteed 1,000-yard wide receiver, having Mike Evans is so great for that franchise, and for this team right now, he's making a huge impact. Like I said earlier, Baker is a very, very confident quarterback. So he's going to want someone he can throw those 50-50 balls to. And Mike Evans is perfect for that. What's he, 6'4", 6'5"? And, he hasn't dealt with too many injuries either, despite having not the biggest frame. He's tall, but he doesn't have the biggest frame in terms of weight on him. He's really stayed healthy, and I think that's another huge thing when you talk about his 1,000-yard mark, is that to do that, you've got to be really healthy, and he has. He's been injured before, and you know what he does when he comes back? He might have a 200-yard receiving game. He's just that kind of wide receiver. So you might be without Mike for a few weeks, but he comes back, he's going to be instant offense. And he's just so great. His chemistry with Baker is unreal. And Mike Evans is a Buccaneers legend, and I think he's going to go down as an all-time great wide receiver, no doubt. His catch radius is huge. He doesn't drop too many balls. He's great in the red zone. Mike Evans is a top wide receiver in this league. And, you can make arguments, he's no Tyreek Hill, he's no Justin Jefferson. But for what he's done for his team, his impact on the franchise is just as big as any of those guys. And what he does with his quarterback, right? Him and his QB have amazing, amazing chemistry. And just the physical abilities and capabilities of this man. Mike Evans is an all-time great wide receiver, and he will go down in the history books. Number 13 will be retired for Tampa, and he will undoubtedly be a Hall of Famer one day. And he already has a resume. Like, if he retired today, his receiving yards are up there all time. Is he going to be number one? No. But he's already up there. He's got comparable stats with some Hall of Fame wide receivers, and he's still got some years left on him. Mike Evans is an all-time great. If you enjoyed this video, it would be great if you could find it in you to like, subscribe, maybe check out the full podcast on Spotify, follow us on there, follow us on Instagram. I know realistically this podcast isn't going to go anywhere ultimately, whether it's via the segments on YouTube or the entire podcast itself, but I want to get into the sports broadcasting business. I want to be able to promote thought-provoking discussions about the NBA, and I would love to do it via State of the Association. Thank you if you made it all the way through.